Spartan Nation, Big Ten Nation. What's going on? It's Ken, the super cool Spartan, my brother Brian, the super mad Spartan. Q the Woodshed, back at you once again. Just don't know what to say. Those losses keep coming in. We just keep chewing them up like M&Ms. Penn State game, another thorough beatdown, 28-10. MSU's on the verge of infamy. For those of you who don't know, that the last time MSU went winless in the Big Ten was 1958. So 67 years ago when MSU went winless in Big Ten play. So we're about close to 7 decades later in the modern era of college football where we're facing that, and it's probably going to happen. So don't know what else to say. What are your thoughts? Broski, just, we were just saying this before we started recording that we don't have anything else to really talk about. You know what I
No, it's
mean?
just
What else to talk
it's the
about? It's the
same
same old shit.
the same story, same game. We watched this game
10
7 times
times?
already. I mean, I guess we could just say we don't have to count last season because all those vacated wins. It doesn't matter anymore. But
Oh, yeah,
it's
that's
just
right.
wins. What's a win? No, it's just
Something we haven't seen in a very long time. I mean, outside of the non-conference play. And you know what's funny is when Smith won the game against was it Western Kentucky? And they made this
no.
big deal about
Must be from
well,
Boston College.
no, this was after Western Kentucky because
When
that was the last
last season?
that no, this year. Who did we play?
No,
Oh
we
no, I'm
played
sorry. My bad.
Western Michigan, Boston College,
Youngstown
Youngstown. Where I
State.
was,
Yeah,
yes,
Youngstown State. My bad. I had a flashback to the last time I played West Kentucky when Tucker was a coach. So I meant to say Youngstown State. But they were making this big deal that Jonathan Smith was the first MSU coach to go 3-0 and I don't know how long. So
his back to
what
back seasons
7
3-0 or something like that.
yeah. Yeah, so 7 games later,
It's like so.
he's on the verge of being the first winless conference coach since 1958. So go figure. And what's even funnier is that thanks to those 5 wins he had last year, which is now vacated, Jonathan Smith's Big Ten winning percentage is 0.
0.
A donut. A donut. I mean, I'll probably have to Google to see what Big Ten coach has a 0 percentage in winning a Big Ten games. I mean, you talk
Man,
about
to
a
be
damn
clear,
travesty.
it wasn't like it
Wow.
was that great before. What, it was 2
No, it
wins in the Big
wasn't.
Ten?
Yeah, Maryland and Iowa last year.
No, 3. Maryland, Iowa, and Purdue.
Oh yeah, that Perdon't game that he squeaked out.
Almost,
But
almost lost.
but it didn't happen. It doesn't exist thanks to the NCAA violations. So poof, those games are. We don't even know what happened in those games. Those games took place in the multiverse. That's what happened.
I guess it's better than having a win percentage of 0. Because let's say it
uh,
technically will be with 3-9,
yeah,
a
yeah.
33% win percentage in Big Ten play. Like,
And just to give everyone a quick heads up,
actually, no, it's worse than that.
yeah, the spread is already out because MSU is at Iowa this weekend. They are a 16.5 point underdog. So We're gonna
Sounds
get our
about right.
ass kicked. We're gonna get our ass kicked in Iowa because Iowa will be. They're coming off, that disappointing loss at USC, and the game that happened now in the multiverse last year, where we beat Iowa. So they have a double reason why to beat the shit out of us because of those two things. So just wanted to put that out
Well,
there.
it's just we'll get back. We'll get to this game that was just played over the weekend. Penn State, another loss for Michigan State, another double-digit loss
A
by
bad
Michigan
one
State.
too. I mean, was Penn
I
State
mean, the game
favored? Was Penn State?
is
They,
seven.
they weren't
I think
favored. They weren't
they
favored
were favored.
by double digits, were they?
No, I think it was a touchdown and a half, so seven and a
Yeah,
half
like
points,
six
I
and a half,
believe.
7. So they more than blew out the spread.
You know, and then just to pile on to the bad record. Out of the 7 Big Ten games we've played so far, only one hasn't been a double-digit loss, and that was versus Minnesota.
Oh
So
yeah,
every loss,
the best
so every
loss we
loss,
had this season.
yes, best loss.
What an oxymoron that
It's just
is.
this game went exactly how games have been going against Michigan State for 2 seasons, 3 seasons, 4 seasons, honestly. This one reminded me a lot of last year, where the defense was solid enough, offense didn't do anything, defense gets tired, teams start tacking on touchdowns in the fourth quarter, rinse and repeat. Our depth is not good
Yep.
enough. Well, that's coaching. These are these people. They brought them in, transfer portal, all your guys. Again, offensive line. I know there's injuries and this and that. Not good enough, as Jonathan Smith would say.
Oh God.
Alessio's out there running for his life. Then he got sacked officially 6 times. Probably got hit 8 times. It seemed like to me every step back, every drop back was hit, rush, pass, out the pocket. He had no time. The
Right.
run blocking was helter skelter. It'd be good for a second, then bad. We'd 75-yard touchdown run, then you know, typical
Nothing.
they'll tackle for a loss. Offense doesn't move the ball a whole lot after the first quarter, after the first scripted plays. Just kind of go out there and just futility. Special teams was pretty good until another block punt. So there's that.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Like, geez, yeah.
Block punt. Let's see what are the greatest hits. Did we miss a field goal? No. We didn't get in field goal range enough times to even miss a field goal. Uh,
We did not score in the second half, did we?
no.
A
What
great.
score in this game was it?
That's a great Jonathan Smith hit there. Not scoring in the second half. Just
For sure.
nothing.
The 28-10. Yeah, it's like I said, we score early, maybe one more time, and then we do nothing on offense the rest of the game. Defense was solid enough to get tired. And like I said, we've seen the same story over and over again.
Yep.
And hopefully the Aiden Childs haters can look back and say, hey, you know what? Maybe it just wasn't him being bad. Maybe the offensive line is so prohibitive, no quarterback can look decent. Because
Agreed.
Alessio was
And
running for his life. He
right.
almost malpractice at the end of the game, keeping him in. 2 minutes left. He got popped eye, holding his left shoulders. Next year he's come back, pop eye, holding his right shoulder, and you just keep trotting him back out there. It's like, come on, guys.
Yeah, I
Can we
felt
stop?
bad for the kid. I felt bad for the kid because his dad was in the in the crowd too. Because they showed his dad out there. If I was dad, I'd be like, I would march down the field and punch Smith in the face, like, "Yo, you get my kid wrecked the hell up. What's going on here? What is going on?"
It's not
I
good enough.
mean, I would
It's
be
not good
like,
enough.
right. I mean, Jesus. There'd be a lot of
It's
ass
just,
whoopings in that locker room if I was his dad, for real.
I mean, it was a tough kid. He stood in there, and I can't even say he played bad because how did he even judge that?
Right.
They are
And
the same thing. 3-step drops, someone's in his face. He can barely get the ball out. Like, you know how fast a 3-step drop is? And perhaps someone almost immediately beat on multiple sides of the line, left tackle, right
right.
tackle, left guard. It's always somebody different. It's never the same person continually.
Right. And I've been saying this, Brian, I've been saying this pretty much for the whole dreadful season that everyone who's hating on Childs talking about he wasn't a good quarterback and he couldn't make his passes. He does this, he does that. And I've always said, yeah, Aiden does have his faults. He fumbled the ball at inopportune times. And does he get happy feet in the pocket sometimes? Yeah, sure. But as we've seen for these past two games with Alessio, he's been getting blasted because of the horrendous offensive line play. It doesn't matter if you're Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, the kid from Ohio State who's looking all world. What's his name? Mendoza from Indiana. You
Mendoza and
cannot
it's
thrive.
saying from Ohio State.
Yes, you cannot thrive with a shitty offensive line. It doesn't matter who you are. So I hope for all those MSU haters of Aiden Childs, you've seen from the past two games the reason why he wasn't that effective. Because as soon as you hike the ball, to what you just said, Brian, the defense is already on him. So I just want to say that.
Yeah, and that's to say that there wasn't issues at the quarterback position, but my thing was like, of the list of things wrong with this team, quarterback is not at the highest of priorities wrong with the team. It's just like I said, offensive line is quote the man himself, not good enough. And one thing we talked about in this game, you stole my terms. I'm gonna say it now. The get right team, right?
Yep. I wasn't
Penn
going to say it
State.
this time. I wanted you to say it.
Penn State, they got themselves right. They say, hey, you know what? These guys can't hang with us. We're gonna hand this ball off 52 times, and they're gonna chip away, and they're gonna break. And that's what happened. Their
Yep.
quarterback didn't have to complete 3 forward passes. I know he completed more than that. It's just you could see it happening in real time. Like, okay, by the time we get to the fourth quarter, we're gonna give some big runs for touchdowns. Easy.
I don't think they threw it on the fourth quarter, did they? I don't think Penn State threw the ball on the fourth quarter.
They didn't have to.
They gave it
They did
to
not have
the,
to.
the K-Tron train, who just ran roughshod all over us. I think he almost had like 200 yards rushing.
They probably had like 300 yards total rushing against us. Let me put these
Yeah.
actual stats.
And I know Penn State doubled Michigan State in terms of time of possession for the whole game. So, yeah, I think when
So I was watching the game at our parents' house,
mm-hmm.
and I knew it was going to be bad because they showed the first quarter, and State scored really quick that first time, but they
that
showed the
first
time
drive.
possession in the first quarter. It was like 10 minutes. Penn State had the ball in that first quarter. I was like, oh yeah, 10-minute possession. But our fourth quarter is not going to be good, and it held up. And shout out to Penn State. You know, we know what they've gone through this season. Their coach got fired. They've been losing games, but they've been losing a lot of close games. It's not like these teams are
Yeah.
coming out there and just waxing them like we're getting waxed.
Right.
You know, they just we're two teams finding ways to lose, but finding ways to lose in different ways. Penn State was literally 3 or 4 plays away from winning the game. Michigan State's
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, we're like 3 or 4 quarters away from winning the game. I mean, just
yeah.
it takes a lot of skill to lose these games by double digits. Games that you were in, like okay, Nebraska, they were in that game to the end, then it becomes almost a blowout. UCLA was a blowout. Indiana blowout. Michigan it was close until the same thing happens. The team just chips away because their offense can't do anything. Ends up being a blowout. Minnesota was close. We got some bad calls, and our team did some stupid stuff and cost themselves the game. So it wasn't a blowout, but we lost. And then here we are at Penn State. And I'm pretty sure I called it last podcast. I said it's probably going to be another double-digit loss. And here we are yet again. No points in the second half. They put 2 touchdowns on us in the fourth quarter to blow the game away. And we're sitting here, sad party, talking about the same issues we've been talking about for
Ever.
2022 since we started this podcast in 23, so it's our third. Yeah, no, it took us last year through Jonathan Smith last year. No. The administration hasn't come out and said anything. At this point, like, guys, they're not making a bowl game, so it'll behoove you to say it now. If them not saying he's back means he has to be going. That's how I'm interpreting it. We had speaking of coaches being fired and hired. All right, James Franklin, Virginia Tech. There goes the big name off the board.
Yep.
Now, I didn't think Michigan State would make the move to get James Franklin, but I thought it would be what they could do. I'm not going to yell and scream like, "Oh my God, they didn't get James Franklin! How dare they not?" But the biggest thing for me with a new coach, you would hope that you could get somebody who can bring some people with them, so you don't have to completely start over. But I don't know how that's going to work nowadays. Like, I don't know, James Franklin, could he get some people to come from Penn State? Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not our problem anymore. He'll be in the ACC. He'll probably turn that program to respectability, which is all, and that's all they care about is being respectable.
Oh yeah, the ACC is not as competitive as the Big Ten.
No, not at all.
I mean, Franklin, not to get off track, but I mean, shit, there's nothing else to talk about MSU at this point. Just, but yeah, he could probably get Virginia Tech up and running pretty quickly because in the ACC, you have, Notre Dame who pretends to be in the ACC for football. And who else? I mean, Georgia Tech, yeah, they're the big dogs this year.
This year,
I know,
yes.
this year, Virginia this year has been pretty good in football, the ACC, but usually, they're more of a basketball, team or college. Who else? Clemson. Clemson they're kind of maybe on the way
Not
out
the
a
big
little
dogs
bit.
anymore.
Right.
They made the playoffs last season, but they got their doors blown out last.
Yep. Yeah. One
And
surprise
then
me if
Miami
Dabo gets out.
Oh, for
yeah,
sure.
Miami.
I think Dabo's.
Yeah, Miami. They're
Miami.
Yeah, they're Miami.
I think they're still leading the ACC, but
no, I think Georgia Tech is. I think they're the top dog.
They're the top, the highest
this year in the
ACC.
Yeah,
yes, they are. I think they lost one game.
Yeah, but yeah, Franklin, he'll probably get Virginia Tech running, up and running pretty quickly in terms of being competitive in the ACC. As far as the Big Ten goes, well, MSU specifically, I was having this conversation with my college buddies that because of how bad the shitter that the football program is in, they're going to have to do what Indiana did and find their Kirk Cignetti from, a James Madison University type school and build it up from scratch. I mean, because I don't see any notable name coach like the coaches who got fired this year. I don't really see any of them coming to Michigan State unless
Who would you
J
want?
Bat. Yeah, I mean, unless J Bat just backs up a ton of fucking Brinks trucks to get somebody, but
But I'm
I don't
saying, yeah,
see them getting any of those coaches who got fired this year. I don't see them getting any of those guys. I just saw on the internet before we logged on here about allegedly Pat Fitzgerald is interested in the MSU job if Smith gets the axe. Oh, I'll probably say win. But does Pat Fitzgerald really move the needle? Not really. I mean, he was successful at Northwestern, but he really
successful.
didn't. I mean, by Northwestern terms, yeah.
No, so all right. So a few things. Those Michigan State will still be a desirable job because there's a certain profile that we have. We're not we're more down bad than we our fan base is more down bad than we actually are. Michigan State they have
Mm-hmm.
to just act like we have stuff that we actually do. Now to your point about the coaches that got fired, we hired them. Who would you want outside of Franklin that got fired? Who would you want to be the coach that people who recently fired? That's about Brian Kelly. Because no, thank you to
Oh
that.
God, no. Mm-mm.
No,
No.
he can win, but he's
No.
a grade A asshole supposedly, and that's been the mo that everywhere he's followed. That's like, no, I don't want that at Michigan State. All right,
No.
so
Plus,
people who got fired out of
I think MSU needs a younger coach because Brian Kelly is. I don't know how old. I mean, he looks old on the sideline. So I think they need. I think they need. I think they need a coach that can stay around for at least a decade, like D'Antonio did.
well,
Don't
that might
hire
not
some
be a thing
old
anymore.
dude.
But you said Indiana,
I mean, yeah, he
Cignetti's in
could
the
be. You're
'60s,
right.
so I'm saying
Well, Brian
I
Kelly
all
looks
right,
older. Brian Kelly is
yes,
older than Kirk Cignetti.
yes, and then Pat Fitzgerald, that's a no for me, dog. I'm not,
Yeah, that's what I said. He doesn't really move the
he's
needle.
I know he won good for Northwestern, but after his DC retired, his last two seasons in the Big Ten, not very good. And
No.
I'm gonna hold this against him because I've whatever. He's in the Big Ten West. The Big Ten West was so inferior to the Big Ten East. I don't trust any of the records from the Big Ten West. Hell, look
No,
at
I
our
don't
DC
either.
right now. He was considered a top hire, and our defense is okay sometimes, and that's how he gives it. It's okay sometimes. It's not. It started off completely bad this year, and then it got more solid as we played lesser opponents. But it's like I, so I'm gonna hold that against him. And then one thing else I'm gonna hold against Pat Fitzgerald. He left under a cloud suspicion at Northwestern, and I understand that he got they came out later on and said, well, yeah, he's been absolved of all charges. But go back and look at what was going on that team and say, well, how does your head football coach not know these things are going on rampant on the football program?
Mm-hmm.
So that's I know some people like Pat Fitzgerald, and that's fine. It's not my cup of tea. So we get that, who do you want to be at Michigan State? That's the hard question, right? Because I'm of the mindset
I don't
of
even know.
maybe exactly. I would prefer that it was some coach that had experience and could bring some people with them. That person's not out there for Michigan State right now. Does not
Mm-mm.
exist. That the biggest hope would have been James Franklin if you could pry some people away from Penn State to go to Michigan State, which I don't know if that would help.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so then now you're looking at, okay, trying to find a head coach, like you said, Signetti style, somebody who's, you know, punched above their weight class in lower division is looking for a shot. But then that kind of leads you into the sphere of, okay, does this person, they don't have any, what if they don't have any ties or any not ties. They don't have an experience at a big time program. One popular name is the guy Cignetti's replacement, basically at James Madison. I think it's Kyle or Bob Chesney or something. I can't remember the name
Mm-hmm.
exactly, but he's been killing it there. And I think he was at Holy Cross before, and he killed it there too. But he's never been at a Power Four big program. Cignetti, you know, yeah, he killed it at lower levels, but he's been around. He was on Bama during Bama's reign. He's been no Saban. Like he has
Oh yeah,
ties
yeah. He
to
was
bigger schools. So that
yeah he was
becomes
on
the
the
thing. Okay,
staff
well,
with
who do you want for
Bama,
Michigan State?
and when Kirby Smart was on the Bama staff too. They was all on that team together. So you're right about that.
So that
The only
becomes
thing I
these
could
are all
say
these
is
questions.
yeah, I think that, or my thought was, maybe get a coach from like the OC from Ohio State or something.
That's a possibility of Ryan Hartline, but I'm not to be just negative. I'm just you present a point, and I'm presenting a counterpoint, right?
Yes.
Brian Hartline, yeah, he's coaching at Ohio State and recruiting at Ohio State. He's a good recruiter. Yeah, at Ohio State. Does that transfer over to Michigan State? Is it going to be 5-star you at Michigan State? 5-star receiver you? I don't know. No head
It's gonna
coaching
be 5-star
experience.
or anything. Shit, that's 5-star
Yes,
anything.
we
Can
can
you at
add
least
some
get
players together to
players
get a 5-star.
can you at least get players that can block on the O line and players that can rush the quarterback on the D line? Can you at least do that?
So a lot of questions. And all these people, and that's what makes this coaching search harder, in my opinion. Because last season, Jonathan Smith was pegged out to hey, I think this would be a good, not 2 seasons ago, that Jonathan Smith would be a good hire for Michigan State. Yeah, he doesn't have Midwest ties, but, you know, he kind of fits the profile we're looking for. And so um, when Haller, announced that, okay, Jonathan Smith's going to be the head coach, it was exciting. Like, okay, yeah, I think we got a guy who would do well here at Michigan State. And now it's not looking so hot. And speaking of
Oh
Haller, he gets
no,
a lot of heat comes Mr. Haller's way as to where Michigan State football program is now. I don't know if it's all warranted. Some of it, I believe, is, but some of it's not. He gets blamed for the Tucker stuff a lot. But he didn't hire Tucker, and he was against the extension. So okay. Now
right,
the
and that's interesting. How he was taking heat for Tucker, when, to your point, because Chris Solari had mentioned this too, and I remember this when Bill Beekman was the AD at the time.
yes,
He was the one that hired Tucker, so
yes,
I don't see how Haller took any. Why is he taking heat for Tucker
because
when
people
he was the
have
one that
short
hired
memories.
him? Yeah, I mean
Then the people will say, "Well, he gave him that extension." Like, well, no, he was against the
no,
extension,
he
but
didn't. He
the
didn't give him the extension. He
the
wasn't even an
donors were
AD
like,
when that
"Yo, we going."
happened.
He was the AD when it happens. I think he becomes AD when
Oh,
he
he
gets the
was.
extension. Yes,
Oh, okay,
but he gets
okay.
that's his first year. But that was more of the donors decided, okay, yeah, we gonna get him his extension, and we're gonna pony up the money for it. Okay, well, it got ruled. I think the biggest thing with Haller that I've heard that this can be his, part of his, basically part of his downfall was that when he makes the move to hire Jonathan Smith, he doesn't really um,
Tell anybody.
include that. Not that he didn't tell anybody. He didn't talk to all the right people, I guess is what it sounds like. Because you hear, oh, he didn't talk to Andy Donald. Like, oh no, there's no way. And I think he can hire a head coach while talking to a single donor. That makes no sense. But I believe that people that they have relationships with wanted to be more in the know. They wanted to be included in the process. And my first thought was like, well, why? But now I'm thinking, well, NIL and you begging people for money all the time, well, I would You kind of have to, right? So his relationship with the donors wasn't as strong as it could be, and that could have hampered Jonathan Smith's ability to get certain players or certain funds. But then you
Mm-hmm.
hear that their funds were kind of there, and they didn't spend them all. The they didn't spend all the funds they could have with getting the football team together because the parent they had money and they spent it on offense. They brought in 3 offensive linemen, they brought in a receiver core in. They're spending money on the offense side of the ball. Defense, a little suspect. You're bringing in some defensive backs, but they're not bringing in a bunch of linemen that you know people were coveted. And so it's a mixed bag with Haller. I understand why they had to move on because he's the AD for being an athletic director who's worried about the sports and the business of the sports and how it's going university. That's not what an AD is anymore in this
No.
not in this in this era of college football.
Or college athletics. The job is to get that money, get that bread, particularly
Yes.
or primarily for football,
Yes.
because we all know that football is the primary sport that drives the university.
When a football team is good, everything else does better, even academic wise. So it's
Right.
important for your university to have a good football team, at least to put them to be known. Because if you're
Mm-hmm.
not known through sports, people don't know. You could be the best university in the world and have all the great academics, and no one know about you because you're not in the sports.
Right.
I mean, it's a
Right. That's the
shame, but
that's
that's
the
the
first thing
society
you
we
know
live
about
in.
it. Yeah. That's the first thing you know about a university, like a big time university is their football team.
Football, basketball, something sports wise. Who's their mascot? These that's the name of the game.
Right.
And so
Yeah.
we have Jay Batt here now, who's putting together looks like an all-star money team, just fundraising people from all types of different backgrounds in the Big Ten. And so we'll see how it goes moving forward. I know a lot of people aren't happy with Jay Batt and the new president because they need somebody to be mad at. When things aren't going well, people have to take bullets. So it's Jay Batt, even though he just got here, and Gutswitz, who just got here a year ago. So we'll see how it's gonna go forward because I don't see how they can bring Smith back. Now that we're officially eliminated from a bowl season for the 4th straight year, we have a coach that potentially can go winless in the Big Ten. And I don't want to hear about talent. I don't want to hear, oh, they don't have talent. There's enough talent on this roster to win some Big Ten games.
Yes.
And even looking at this schedule, I get irritated looking at it because just the low bar of 6-6, 7-5. This year was the year to do it. I mean, I can understand losing to
Yes, it
USC.
was.
They're good. Nebraska should have definitely been a victory. Terrible loss. UCLA, a no-show game
God,
versus a
that
team
was.
that has fired
I
their
think
coach. Not, I just it's not
I
I just
think
cut
that
my
was
mouth.
the I think that was the worst. That was the worst Big Ten loss of the season,
Oh
right
yes,
there.
oh yes.
I mean, you bring in a team that just fired the coach. Yeah, I get it. They had beat Penn State at the time, but they travel across the country, a noon game, and they beat the shit out of you. And they have a
Put the
worse
paddle
record than
to
you at the
us.
time. Yes.
Had our
Yes.
legs all in the air.
I would have fired Smith right there after that game.
That game lost the fan base. That was the one because Nebraska was bad. And I remember I said it. I was like, "That's the first time I thought they gotta fire this guy." And then he followed it up with that UCLA debacle where the team looked unprepared.
Yes.
And was that after? Was that a bye week too?
No, the bye week became between USC and Nebraska. When they played
Okay,
Nebraska, that they come off a bye week.
Well, okay, yeah, it's still bad. And so Michigan
I know
State,
there's nothing to say. What's
their
there to
head
say?
coach
Nothing.
they've lost to 2 interim coaches. You lost to an interim coach at UCLA and
Convincing
an interim
losses
coach at Penn
too.
State.
We're not talking
Yes,
about 28-24 or 17-10. We're talking about ass whoopings from
double-digit
start to
losses.
finish. That's about just. I said I would have fired Smith after that UCLA game. Like, look, bro, you done. Get out of here. Kick
But
rocks.
that was the game that lost the fan base, and that's when everybody was like, okay, that was when a majority consensus was like, this guy's not going to work out here because how do you lose to Nebraska in the fashion that you did and then come out on homecoming versus which was what UCLA was the get right team of the Big Ten
Right.
until they faced us.
And they got right on us.
They got right on us. Yes, exactly. It's just what do we even? I used to say it many times. There's nothing much to say anymore.
Right. And guess
Either it
what,
gets done or
Brian?
it doesn't.
And guess what? They're going to be the get right team again because when we go to Iowa, Iowa's coming off a loss.
Heartbreaking loss because they were up on USC for
Yes.
most of the game.
Yes. So, like, yep. They looking at us like
At Iowa. Oh yeah.
Right.
They
Like,
might not even throw a pass.
baked chicken.
If I was Kirk, I should email Kirk Ferentz like, bro, let's just how about this? Don't even throw a pass. I want you to run 70 plays of just run plays. Do the old Vince Lombardi. We're gonna run to the left, we're gonna run to the right, we're gonna run to the middle. And that's it. And they could do that, and I guarantee you they would beat State probably by double digits. Because you know one thing you'll give at Iowa, they are fundamentally sound and they're going to show up and do their job. And State, for life of them, cannot do that.
Oh man. They're just gonna do toss sweeps every play.
No, not even toss sweep, just handoffs. Just old school. They might not even bring a receiver out, just line an I formation, jumbo package every play. Like he just do it. God, they're making a rugby game.
Oh man, my stomach hurt now.
I just
toss sweeps and jet sweeps.
We've been talking junk about Iowa, but they're very solid. And remember when Dan Antonio came and said he wishes to be Iowa. Iowa is the model of consistency.
Yes.
Their offense can be not show up for years. Defense is going to be there. They're going to be fundamentally sound.
You said the offense not show up for years.
It might not show up for years, but they're going to win 6-7 games just doing their jobs.
Oh man.
Which we were down bad Michigan State. That seems like a luxury. Like, oh man, y'all tackle on defense consistently? Y'all line up in the right formations? People on defense know where they're supposed to be going with, and I'm not trying to just bag on the defense. I'm sorry if it comes off that way. It's just anytime State has something going good on offense, the defense doesn't show up in the game. Anytime they have something good going on defense, the offense don't show up. In the special teams, you'd be flip-flopping all the time,
right.
so we don't know.
The icing on the cake is the special teams. Oh, the punt's blocked. Oh. Missed field goal.
Hey.
Blocking the back. Oh.
On offense, hey, the quarterback is protected for 4 seconds. He gets the ball out, drop. I'm like, oh, they just can't get nothing right. Not consistently. And that has to fall on the coaching staff. And you know, like I
Yep. And the
said,
top,
Jay
and like I said,
batting him or going down the list and checking it twice, they got to figure out they got to
and
get this done. Anyway,
the top,
Jay Bat is he's in such a a precarious position. He's only been here for a few months, tasked with hiring a football coach with no
not a
concrete
football
options.
coach. He got to get the right football coach in a market where a lot of teams have fired their coaches, and probably none of them want to come here. And at the same time, like you said, do we want those coaches? Probably not.
Some of them
So
definitely not. Like, the ones that are fired, the only one I was like that could I think immediately bring some juice and something to Michigan State was James Franklin. I know people don't like him for all the reasons. Oh, he didn't win big games. Like shit, we can't even get to a big game to
we
lose.
can't right. We can't even win
And I say
shitty
this,
games.
and this is my biggest thing with James Franklin, not to be a apologist. Just kind of looking back, his biggest failing, I think, as a head coach at Penn State was that they couldn't get that guy at quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Like just that dominant figure at quarterback. They had probably their best one, James Franklin, with Trace McSorley. That year they won the Big Ten, and he finally did it. Like he was a really good college quarterback. Well, other than
Mm-hmm.
that, they've had guys who are okay, and you know, but like the last guy, Drew Aller, he lost him a few games. Those games we're talking about, his decisions alone cost him a couple of those games.
Yep.
So, well, that dream is dead for James Franklin on the V Tech for him. And State, I do not know. We are in a pickle. But even for Jay Bat, he could probably keep it if he just finds a solid coach and we win a couple of bowl games, 7-5, 8-4 one year. People would not complain. I'm like, okay, well, cool.
Yeah.
Down bad.
Yeah, I don't.
Just down bad.
Yeah, I've read that. And of course, this is just talk. There's no there's no real validity to this, but I've seen some chatter about, and because he came from Georgia Tech, that he should consider the coach from Georgia Tech just because he came from there as the AD. Like I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know about that. And just the ACC is not the Big Ten.
No.
And Michigan State is in the unique position of our recruiting footprint. Now, we have to recruit the Midwest. There are players here that we need to go to state. And hopefully, with James Franklin going, some of those guys will be going to Penn State. But we need I just feel like we need somebody who has some ties to the area, not necessarily Michigan in general, just ties to the Midwest or know how to talk to these people because we need those
Mm-hmm.
guys first. It needs to be Midwest first, then everybody else.
Right. Yeah. 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 Well, why don't we just switch gears for a minute here, broski? Let's pick our spirits up. Talk about the basketball team. Let's talk about the Izzone, because Tom Izzo's killing it, in the world of recruiting. I think now he got the top ranked recruiting class in the nation. And I can't remember the last time Izzo had that. Maybe when he
I want to say it was that Bridges, Winston,
yeah,
Langford,
that's what I was gonna
Nick
say.
Ward class.
Yeah,
I
I was
don't know
gonna
if they're
say
ranked number one,
that.
but they're definitely ranked like high
In
up
the top,
there.
yeah, top 3, top 5. So kudos to the Izzo, man. He's I know that's energized him. Like, shit, I retire anytime soon. I may do this shit till I'm 80.
He's working hard
with,
too out there on the recruiting
with,
trail.
with that with that class he got coming in.
Yeah, they got some guys. The newest one is Ethan Taylor, the
Mm-hmm.
center, which we need big guys because Kohler and I think Kohler and Cooper are going
Cooper.
after this season.
Mm-hmm.
And those guys turn into really solid players. So we're gonna need some big guys.
Yeah.
Uh,
And that
we
Taylor
got a
kid is
shooting
big
guard
as
who's like a top shooting guard, Josiah Jarvis, Josiah Jervis. I'm not
yeah,
sure,
I know you're talking about. I know you're
but
talking about.
he's a top shooting guard in the class, and he gonna have to play immediately because that's the big issue right now for the current team. Shooting is not
Mm-hmm.
great. 3-point shooting is not great at all. The two guard spot is is it needs some work. Is the best way I can put it. Because
Yeah.
they beat Arkansas. It was not pretty. This team this season, when they win games, it's going to be ugly. It's going to just be
Grit or
they just
grind.
yes,
Grit
and
or
rebounds
treat.
and layups, rebounds,
A
layups, and
grit or
putbacks, and just
treat.
there's gonna be so many games this season. State's going to win, and teams are gonna look back and be like, "How in the hell did they win this game?"
But
Because
Fears,
it
I
just
mean, Fears came out well, he had like 4 threes against San Jose State.
3 or 4.
Was that Tuesday? No, that was Thursday, last Thursday.
It's
Yeah,
Thursday,
he
Friday.
hit about 4 threes in that game.
Yeah, because it got tight with a few minutes left, and he had to come out there after Izzo was on him tough. I don't know what Fears did to deserve that, but Izzo was on him a little bit, and then Fears responded. You know, so it
Yeah, like I
works.
said, I never seen Fears really shoot threes. I mean, I know he last year he put up a few here and there, but I mean, he was dropping threes like Kalen Lucas in that
He's
game.
not. Fears is a as they say the floor general, and that's what he is. He's not a score first point guard, but because they let him shoot those 3 pointers, he has to take them and make them. So he's holding defense accountable. And so he's worked on his jumper a lot in the off season, and then I guess this last game it helped out. And then I have a
Mm-hmm.
big test coming up versus Kentucky.
Kentucky. Yeah.
So we
Yeah,
will
that's gonna
see.
be
Izzo was
yeah,
not
that's gonna
pleased
be
with his
tough.
team
Oh,
last
I know
game.
he's not. I know
He
he's not.
was very upset. He hasn't
Yeah.
been he I know he
He hasn't been happy all season. And
no.
MSU was like what 3-0
We're
with
undefeated. Just
one yeah, with one big win against, a top 15 team at the time, and he's
he just
still
wants them to do
looking
better
miserable.
because he knows we should know because he knows what it takes to win. And he needs to
Oh
get
yeah.
something out of these guys he's not getting.
Yeah.
Somebody has to step up at the two guard position. Like anybody.
Yeah, and
He's
MSU
not
they
getting
got a
enough
murderer's
production.
row of a schedule coming up because after they play Kentucky, I think they play North Carolina. Then they got to play Duke. And are they doing one of those tournaments during Thanksgiving, like the Maui Invitational or something like that?
I'm not sure. I'll have to look at the schedule, but yeah, no, it's definitely
Okay.
Kentucky, Duke, and North Carolina on the hopper. Kentucky's tomorrow, which would be
Yeah.
Tuesday, and then so we'll see how it comes out because Izzo
Yeah,
he's
he's
on them
got that.
guys.
Yeah, he's got that scowl all the time. Just
Well, I think because they're starting 4 of their starting 5 is they're playing the way I think he needs them to play. But our bench is inconsistent, and there's no Jace Richardson to appear out of nowhere and make the team better.
mm-hmm.
There's some young guys there. The probably best bench player right now is the true freshman Cam Moore. And then
Yeah.
you have Jordan Scott, who's in the same class. He's playing the two guard position, but I think he's really like a small forward, but they need
Oh,
something at the two
okay.
guard spot. Nicole Carr, as long as he's doing his running, dunking, and being energetic, fine. Kohler gets all the rebounds. I would like to see him make his post move shots a little bit. He has some really pretty like footwork post moves, and it just sometimes you just can't get that finish. You just start seeing those go in. And then Cooper's been really good on the defensive end and setting screens and rolling and getting buckets and walling up. So starting 4 out of 5 really good, and just question marks. And it's still time for someone to emerge. There's still roles available, so we'll see.
Oh yeah, because we were talking about this way last year about the team until they did that mile invitational, and when they played North Carolina, that just opened up everything. So,
And even though it turned out North Carolina wasn't that good last year, but yeah,
hey, in your words, there's always got that get right game, or I'll say in
eh,
basketball that get right game. I really can't say it's a get right team in basketball because that's a different sport compared to football. But there's always that get right game that kind of
yes,
breaks out your players, and then they just kind of excel from there. And we know with Tom Izzo and MSU, typically they start kind of slow in this like non-conference play, and it's maddening. But by the time we get to February, March, the team, for the most part, rounds out to be a pretty good team.
I mean solid. I
So,
think this year is a good building block for the future. We'll
hmm
see what we got. I don't know. I can't say they're gonna make a run of that. It's way too early to tell. I haven't seen him with this team yet, but I didn't see it
oh yeah,
last
it's
year
way too
first, like
early
to your
for it.
point.
Yeah.
So we will see how the Fighting Izzos will move forward. And well, we know at basketball there's a certain level that we know is going to be good. Like, all right, we know we're gonna make the tournament. We gonna do something. People aren't we're not the get right team in basketball. We know that for sure.
Oh God, no. Oh God, no. No, not at all.
Izzo, we trust.
Right. Izzo we trust. Oh boy, this podcast kind of hard to get through because of all the
We just talking about the same shit. All right, team's not
right.
doing it. Team not doing that. Just weren't good enough. Just weren't good enough. Just weren't good enough. Legs
Right,
in the
just
air.
weren't
Like
good
let's
enough.
just
The Borg drone, known as Jonathan Smith, is plugging himself up to that Unimatrix before he goes to this post game conference.
I want to thank the other team. So I'm just saying.
Oh God, oh God, how he doesn't say that? Does he say that?
No. He no.
Oh, I
I'm
was
I'm
gonna
just
say.
talking junk. He always compliments the other team, saying that they played
How
well,
they
they did
kicked their
good, they won the
ass.
game. But I mean,
Yeah.
what are you supposed to say? Like, eh, I do, and I'll say this, and then we can move forward. I don't think everything that's happened in Michigan State football is Jonathan Smith's fault, but
I
he
can agree with
is
that.
their coaching staff right now is not providing answers for the questions.
Yeah,
It's just that
there's no
simple,
answers. There's no answers.
and it's just
So
not good enough.
yes, just not good enough. I maybe have to have your nephew do like a remix of that. Just not good enough. Just not good
Get some
enough.
drop buttons on the thing. Just not
Right,
good enough.
right. You know how on I don't know how often you watch First Take, Brian, but when they when Stephen A. Smith starts getting on the shit about the Cowboys and they do his song about the Cowboys, accident waiting to happen. Man, to do that for Jonathan Smith, just not good enough. Just not
Just
good
not good
enough.
enough.
Sound like the Joker from from Batman. Just not good enough. If there was a way we could turn that phrase to how like the Borg talk,
Oh my God.
Just not good enough.
Terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible.
Resistance to wins. The resistance
Resistance to
to
wins?
wins is futile.
Oh my God. We're so
Uh,
down bad. This the lowest of the lows, man.
Maybe they should come out in clown suits when they when they go to Iowa.
Oh my goodness.
Smith should dress up
I
as
would
Pennywise, and the OC should dress up as Homie the Clown, and then Rossi should be Bozo.
oh my goodness. Man. Hopefully they can get another win. Man, I would like to use my Michigan State turnover chain. I have it. I found it for the Michigan game. And I was like, man, it would be nice to throw this prop on for the podcast after a victory. But it just don't seem like it's
Man,
gonna happen.
throw that chain on if we beat Kentucky tomorrow. Basketball, use the chain for that.
Oh my goodness. So we got Iowa and Maryland left. I don't even know how to call. Maryland's bringing back Loxley. They announced they're bringing him back
Are
for
you
another
serious?
season. Yes.
Wow.
So
Wow.
we're bringing them back season, and our AD and friends are like, yeah, we ain't said nothing yet, so we'll see. We shall see.
Yeah, Wisconsin and Maryland look at Michigan State like, yeah, we don't want that type of shit yet. We want one more year. Just give us one. We want one more year, and then we'll blow everything up after that.
Hey, I mean, sure. To each his own. We in the wild, wild west now of college sports, from college football at least. So they do what they got to do. I mean,
Yeah,
it,
it won't be that
interesting
much
decisions.
because both Wisconsin and Maryland, I don't think they doing shit next year.
Wisconsin's gotten so much where I would not expect it under Luke Fickle when he was hired there. Wisconsin would look the way they look.
Yeah, they're gonna air raid his ass out of Wisconsin next year. Then, and I know we're just all over the place now
I
because
know.
we ran into shit to talk about with Michigan State, but I'm surprised that Loxley's coming back for the way that he does his routine, like every year of starting out hot and then this tanking. Like that is a special skill. And I don't want to hate on Loxley, but that's a special skill to every year you start out good and then come October, you just cannot muster up any wins. And from what I've seen from the scoreboard, he's been up big on teams, like at home. I mean, he was big on like 20-0 or 30-0. Then you look, they didn't lost the game like 38-30, 28-29. He was up 28-0. Like, damn.
Maryland does their thing every year, so they're running it back. So maybe next year will be different for them. Who knows?
Right. Okay. Yeah. Well, all right, broski. I think we've beat up Michigan State dead horse enough. We didn't put so many buck shots in it and arrows, axes. If you're in the axe throwing,
Just down bad.
right, right. Just, oh boy. Well, Q the Woodshed. Make sure y'all check us out on all the social media. Oh, big announcement. We are on X now / Twitter. We started our X / Twitter account. So make sure you check us out on X / Twitter. And
X/Twitter.
So we added that social media element too for our listeners to check out. Has some interesting tweets on there for everybody. And as always, check us out. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube and Spotify, Amazon Music. And with that, I will say for the basketball team, go green.
Go white.
Hugh the Witch said we out of here. Peace.